Welcome back. Let's talk about Fern Gully in high definition, Fern Gully in 4K. Okay, let's be honest. Let's review Avatar from 2009. Hey, I'm Ron. Another episode from the Critics Collective, and we're talking Avatar. This has an almost 3 hour runtime. It's 15 minutes shy of 3 hours for this movie that cost. I think it was somewhere I think it was like $270 million was the budget for this movie. Um, Avatar was one of those movies that's similar, I feel like, to like Mission Impossible, Transformers, some of those big budget action pack like Bad Boys 2. Like it was just a time in the box office where streaming wasn't talked about. I think you were really still going to your local blockbusters and stuff and things of that nature to try to get um your movie fix. You would go to the big box store to buy and build up your collection before you're told you don't need that collection and you need to cut the strings. But the storyline for this is you have a Marine who is disabled, not able to use his legs, and he's dispatched to a new area, and he's got a unique mission, and he's got some orders to follow in a world that feels like it's his home. It's a very interesting story. At the time, graphically, they were using technology that was never used before. They were really just out there, just doing some stuff. And the writer and director of this is James Cameron, who is probably more notorious for Titanic, which shattered a bunch of records. And it continues to be a movie that people talk about and watch. Now, I'm gonna give you my highs, I'm gonna give you my lows, and we're gonna rate it. And if we get one like, we're gonna come back with the sequel. The sequel for this was The Way of the Water, I think. I'm not gonna look it up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think it was called Avatar: The Way of the Water. And we'll come back and we'll talk about that one. And you have the one that's themed with fire. It's not called Fire and Ice. I can't remember what it's called, but it has something to do with fire. And the lows. Okay, before I go into my highs and lows, hit the subscribe button, like, follow, comment for more. We'd love to have you join the collective family. Now, my lows for this movie was this movie was fucking long. I mean, did it really have to be long? Like, I don't know. I just felt like at times it was slow, especially at the not just the beginning. Anytime they were dealing with there are characters who are not in Pandora. They're in our world, if that makes sense. And their character development was very bland, right? To me, very bland. And the story wasn't riveting if you haven't watched things that have the same theme as Fern Gully. Um, it's just that's just what it is. It's you're trying to save the environment. You're watching humans do what humans do best, and that's fuck things up. And it's just the length of it. I felt like they did put some action in it, but you could have chop up something. Um, I don't know, but to me, I remember as a kid, or not a kid, I wasn't a fucking kid, but like when I was younger, I remember like, damn, this is long. Now the version that I did watch was the extended version. It has some more scenes in it that I feel like really add depth to what they were trying to build in this universe. Another negative I would say is I think, like I kind of mentioned a little bit, like the story didn't really have much. I felt myself looking at it and putting it with any movie that felt like save the world, save the planet, type of thing. And honestly, that's really it. The good thing I liked about it, I love the CG, I love the music, I love the world that they created. This world felt where it was like you wanted to be a part of it. This shit felt like PlayStation 8. This felt like Steam and Xbox got together and they made a handheld and everybody's playing it. I don't know. It just felt like it was just next gen, next level, and and it made a hell of a lot of money. And I'm not paid by that, so I'm not going to let that kind of guide me on it. But at the end of the day, this is a beautiful movie that pushed the boundaries, that still looks good to this day. Go back and watch Polar Express, the review that I did. Go back and watch Polar Express and Ants and the original Toy Story. I know you love it and you feel good about it, but damn it, it looks hideous. All right. So excellent is a five, horrible is a zero, something in between. You put in the comments, what do you think of Avatar 20? It came out 2009. I was going to say 2009, but it just felt weird. Almost 3 hours. Like I said, the cast, was really good. It was a really good cast. You can see them in those avatar images. You can hear them on the voiceover, the emotion on the face. There's a lot of times where it's a physical, I don't want to say Tarzan, but there's a lot of jumping and stuff like that. And I thought they did a really good job on it. I'm going to say this is a four. This is a four. Hit the subscribe button. This is a four. You could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here. Until next time.